Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. My name is Jen Neitzel. I'm the creator and founder of Marketing for Notaries, where you can find a 5-point marketing system to help you grow your know, like, and trust factor in your communities. And I am joined by the one and only, the fabulous Laura Biewer with Coach Me Laura. Hi, Laura.
Good. Hi.
How you doing today?
I am super fine.
Awesome. I love that. She's super fun.
Super
All
fine.
right, guys, if you are in a position that you can turn your cameras on, we would love to see your beautiful faces. It helps us get to know you better and see your reaction to the things that we are talking about. If you can't turn your camera on, that's totally fine. We understand some of you are not in a position. There is no explanation needed. Now, if you're new to this call, let me explain how it goes. First of all, welcome if you're new to this call. It's kind of like an old-fashioned radio call-in show. Laura and I are here and supported by Trisha White and Jen Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary to help us answer any and all of your notary-related questions. All you have to do to get in line to have your questions answered is to raise your digital hand, and you can find that at the very bottom of your screen, the raised hand function. It should be there. If you can't find it, um, just on
It's
that.
under, well, Jen, I just want to, because people get confused. It's not down there anymore. You have to click the React button if you're on your computer to open up that little screen, and then their option to do the raised hand feature is
Oh,
there,
mine's
specifically
there.
on your
Mine have
computer.
an older version. Yeah, because
Yeah.
mine's just what Jennifer described.
Oh,
Mhm.
mine's still
Yeah.
there. Well, hopefully mine stays because that's how I know how to find it. All right, do what Jen said and go under reactions and you will find your raise hand feature there. We really want to encourage you to utilize that raised hand function and ask the questions live, because if you have the question, surely somebody else on this call also has that question. And we want to be able to answer as many as we can. So while you guys are getting your hands raised, getting in line to have your questions answered, I want to share a few announcements. We have a new way on this call for you to submit your questions if you're feeling a little unsure about raising your digital hand and speaking on camera. I understand if you're new, that can be really intimidating. So if you look in the chat right now, you will find the link to this call for how you get signed up. But there's also a question form on there where you can submit your questions directly to us to be answered live on this call. Please keep in mind not to put anything that's urgent and needs a question right away on this form. For that, I encourage you, if you're looking for an immediate response, I encourage you to leverage your NNA membership, your National Notary Association membership, and call their hotline for an immediate answer. The next thing I want to talk about, because believe it or not, guys, 2025 is going to be here in the blink of an eye, is a brand new planner that you are going to love. It's created by DM Notary Services. It is geared for new and seasoned notaries, and the planner is really updated so you could, or undated, so you can just pick it up and jump in anytime you are ready to get yourself organized. It has laminated covers, it's spiral bound, so it lays flat. It's got daily pages. It's got 2-page monthly layouts. It's got monthly, quarterly, annual goals, everything you need to run your business. If you are looking for that planner and you want to get on the list for the new one that's being pre-printed right now, click that link in the chat. And have you guys seen on social media what our very own Jen Cooper is giving away at the end of this year? It is unbelievable. Let me just touch on a few of the things that she is doing for an end of the year giveaway. One lucky winner is going to receive a 2-year membership to the National Notary Association, a 1-year advocate membership to the California League of Independent Notaries, a Notary Assist backpack. Oh, it is my favorite travel bag. I love that Notary Assist bag. The Integrity Journal from Clyde Hepner, how to create your elevator pitch learning module from me that you can buy at marketingfornotaries.com, and so many other things. If you want to win, head over to YouTube, watch the video, follow the instructions to enter, and the winner will be announced November 10th. This is a huge bundle, guys, and it's totally free. Please go check it out. And thanks, Jen Cooper, for creating such a huge value pack for notaries to win. All right, guys, who's got their questions? Laura, have we answered everybody's questions in the notary world? Do you think that they don't have any questions for us?
Since there's new ones every day, I just don't think it's
Well, guys, we're here. We're ready to
possible.
answer your
But
questions.
I'll tell you this, I would love to share a signing I did last night. And it was just specialty work. It was a domestic partnership. And I met them at a McDonald's, which wasn't unusual, but she had to have 2 friends come to be credible witnesses, which also wasn't too unusual. And we're getting it all done. And the guy and the gal that are going to be domestic partners, they're like, oh yeah, let's, celebrate, let's get a treat. And so I was trying to be funny. And I said, well, just don't get that quarter pounder here unless it's without onions, right? And they looked at me and they said, we all work for McDonald's. Not that one, but they all work in a McDonald's, all 4 of them. So I said, okay, well, get the cookies, they're good.
You're right.
Sometimes, you think you're funny. And they looked at me and they've got to be between 16 and 18. I mean, these are young kids. Actually, she looked like a baby, but she's probably at least 18 and he's probably 18. And so they're like baby kids doing a domestic partnership. I'm thinking, really? At this
Oh,
age?
wow.
But in any case, I was just thinking, well, let's get into the celebratory mood. And yeah, my joke fell a little flat.
That's okay.
They were wearing a McDonald's shirts. I didn't know.
Yeah, sometimes I put my foot in my mouth too. So I do have a question for you from our Tuesday Notary Titan form submission on the website.
Okay.
And this is a great one. What are some seminar or talking ideas that we as notaries can give to groups to provide more visibility to our business? As an example, agencies that provide community service. I think this person is talking about if they were to speak in front of, say, the Lions Club, which is an agency that provides community service. What is some things that they could talk about? Because let's face it, learning about the difference between an acknowledgement and a jurat is not the most exciting thing to talk about, right? So what do you suggest, Laura, for seminars that people can give?
Yeah, so I do that already. And you don't get micro like that. They don't need to understand the difference between an acknowledgement and a jurat.
Yeah.
However, what I talk about, and I have 3 or 4 different ones, depending on which group it is. Sometimes they want to know about the history of notaries. Where they come from, why they exist, who was the first notary, how did that happen in the United States if they started in England or Rome or wherever they started from. So I do a historical presentation about the significance of the notary in our world. So that's one. Another one would be, as a business owner, why do I need my documents notarized and what's really happening? They're just putting a stamp on the paper. So what value is a notary bringing to me as a business owner? Why do I need to do that? And they might do it on papers that aren't legally required. So there are documents that legally require notarizations to be properly executed. Documents like that might be deeds, right? Real estate documents. But there's other documents that it's not a requirement, but perhaps the business might be better protected if they did. So I have a presentation about why business owners need notaries, and why mobile notaries in particular, who bring the service to them, are so helpful. So that would be another type of presentation. And then, of course, if I'm never talking about my own personal business here. I'm at your service, mobile notary, and I'm trying to sell you my business. But what I will talk about are what our services notaries might provide besides notarization. So it's all about the notary umbrella, and what else could that mobile notary perhaps be offering you beyond notarizing your signature? So that might be another one. So lots of ways for us to do that. And then the other one that I do is really more for churches, not so much for civic organizations. And that is helping them understand powers of attorney and healthcare directives, just in terms of what kind of document they are, why do people need them, what do they use them for, what would happen if I didn't have it, that kind of thing, where they can get one. So that's another one that I give. So see, there's lots of things that you could talk about in the notary world itself.
Yeah. Well, let me add a few to those because I love all those ideas. And I do want to tell everybody, one of the first presentations I ever did was for my local senior center, which is ages 50 and up. And they loved my historical presentation that I did about notarial services, because I started digging way back into ancient times about what how notaries evolved and in society. And one of the fun facts I learned, and this gets everybody giggling and it gets the conversation going, notaries back in medieval times, their function was to make sure that royal weddings were consummated. So they had to be
that was called notary of the bedchamber.
Yes. So they had to be in the bedchamber, in the room, making sure that the new marriage was consummated. Thank God we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. And it was for royalty, guys.
It's royalty, yeah. It was only for royalty. But here are some other ideas I want to give you guys about presentations you can give to your Lions Club, to your local senior center, to your rec center, to a group at your local library, and to different community organizations within your own individual community. Think about, what skills have you learned in your notary career? Have you learned how to ask for a review and get it almost every time? Have you learned how to post on Google Business Profile that gets you noticed? Like some things that you can post on there. Have you learned how to optimize your LinkedIn profile? These are things that you can pass along to other people in your community. Now, of course, you need to think about the audience of, if you're talking to your local senior center, you may not want to talk about Google Business Profile, but for their individual needs, but you might be able to talk about it, about the importance of giving a review, and when, they are provided with the service and they're provided with a Google Business Profile link, how to give a proper review and the importance of that. That would be a great local community class and a great way for you to support local business. Same with your LinkedIn. If you learn how to optimize LinkedIn, that's another great class. But really, any of the skills that think about the skills that you have learned over your career as a notary, and what can you pass along to other folks in your community. So just to kind of grease the wheel in another direction there. But I love the historical, I love the value that the notary brings. That's so important, Laura. And I know one of your missions, Laura, is to change the narrative that happens in your community. Briefly tell us how you did that one time.
one time.
You went to a community festival or event and you had some folks with you, and you were just talking to community members about the value of a notary and what they can do,
So that
and
was a
educating
farmer's
the
market.
public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a farmer's market event. And
Mhm.
so we got a free stand because we were community service, we weren't selling anything. And as people came up to us, it was Halloween, it was this time of year last year, we gave out candy for the kids, and we talked to people and handed out brochures about what is a notary public and why might they ever need one, and did they have any questions about that. And one of my bucket lists beyond doing the job that I do now, I'm planning for when I'm not doing the work, and that is educating the public about what notaries are and what they do and how to determine if this is a good notary for you and how to get the service. So that, because there's everybody and his mother is trying to educate notaries. Go scroll. Everybody's got a program to teach you how to be a notary. None of those programs are addressed to the public to help them understand why they need this service. So that's what I'll be my community service when I'm not so busy doing the work.
Yeah. And I do love Jen Cooper's comment. I know she's done talks about fraud prevention. We are frontline fraud prevention. So it's another great topic, especially for your senior community. But let's get to some of our TNT questions. Tamara, thank you for your patience. Tell us where you're calling from and what your question is today.
Hi, it's Tamara Piccini, and I'm calling from Northern California. I'm a new notary, few months in now. So I have two questions, and they are both tech related. And I saw the mention of Tom on the email that came through. And I was just looking for something because I was doing some marketing last night and I was thinking what kind of CRM is out there for notaries. And I just downloaded the app. Is there also a web version of Tom?
Yes, there is. It's at rapidfunnel.com. Tamara, is the company that hosts the Tom app. And for those of you who are wondering what she's talking about, Tom is an app created by Notary Coach. It stands for Top of Mind Method to help you stay top of mind to your prospects and clients. I've put the email for any questions that you may have about the Tom app, Tamara, in the chat for you. And Jen Cooper has put in the link to the website. So you can just enter your credentials into rapidfunnel.com and your dashboard for the Tom app will come up. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Awesome.
And then my second question was I'm using Notary Assist for the
Fabulous.
accounting portion.
Mhm.
And I also signed up for the Notary Assist marketing.
Yes.
And I was wondering um, if there's another app out there that is similar, or has anybody had success with the Notary Assist marketing? And if so, like how long does it take to see results?
Awesome question. And Tamara, I'm going to tap into our audience to help answer that question. If you have used Notary Assist Marketing Plan, I have not used it, you guys. So I don't want to, I don't have specific information to give you, Tamara. But if anybody on this call has utilized Notary Assist marketing component, please feel free to put your email information in the chat so Tamara can reach out to you. So
I
Tamara,
use it, Jen.
Hmm?
I use it.
Oh, you use it. Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, so it's an SEO builder, basically, and it took a couple months to start seeing. It's probably the third month when I really started seeing it get more traction. And what it's doing is it's finding you wherever you are on the internet to make sure everything is consistent. Because if you have any inconsistencies, it creates problems with SEO. And it's gonna check against your, your notary business, not notary business, your Google business profile. You have one of those, right? Right,
Mhm.
and then you're gonna be, if you're on directories, everywhere you are all over the internet.
Okay,
Everywhere you are, it's gonna find it and see what is a problem, what needs to be updated or changed, so it's consistent along the way. And that has been, yeah, Amy said it about 2 months, and I'd say it was between 2 and 3 months when I started to see
okay.
the impact of doing that.
I'm at about 6 weeks and I'm trying to be patient, so I'll be patient a little bit longer. Thank you.
It's so hard, isn't it, Tamara? We want everything like right now.
Right.
So,
But
um,
my phone's not ringing.
well, you know what? It's a combination of a lot of different things. And
Right.
I am going to encourage you, Tamara, please get out there and
Yeah.
meet folks in your community and start building relationships. We cannot solely rely on our online presence,
Yeah.
especially in a business where trust is of the utmost importance, like it is with a mobile notary.
Thank you.
You got it. Thanks for your question. Hey, Cynthia in San Diego. What is your question for us
Hello,
today?
everybody. Good afternoon. I don't have a question, but just to kind of add to what you had mentioned about going out to the community, whether it's a senior facility or just reaching out in your city. I did a legal clinic this past weekend, and it was related to lower income residents. And I got connected through another business that sells healthcare insurance. And it was quite interesting because there were three attorneys.
Mhm.
There was a divorce, estate planning, and a criminal attorney. We had our little table set up. It was a small little venue, wasn't, hundreds of people, but it was just to connect with some of the residents in that general area that they were there to either visit an attorney or maybe just to get some resources. And I really enjoyed it. So their other area of, should I say, the community, they have three other offices here in North San Diego. So they have a food distribution where you can kind of volunteer your time, but then they have other events throughout the year. So I'm hoping that would be a good start. So want to share that with everybody. It's my first event, so I was excited about it.
Tell it. So, what was I mean, obviously you were nervous because it was your first time, but did you actually speak, Cynthia?
No, so there was no speakers. It was just the residents meeting the attorneys in a separate room,
Gotcha.
and we had our own table set up. So there could have been the library, it could have been a healthcare facility, in-home care services, and I
Mhm.
think there was a bank. So yeah,
Nice.
financial services. So it was very nice.
That's really great. And how do you feel it went for you?
I think it went well because a lot of people were coming to me, but not just notary, but I had estate planning information.
Mhm.
I had the digital platform. And then I had people connecting with me because I had the little billboard. I think I got that idea from you, Jen. It was the scan your QR code.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I was trying to be creative on my marketing table here to scan, to connect with me, either LinkedIn or my website
Nice.
versus just passing out a business card. But
Yeah. Another great idea for that, Cynthia, for next time or for anybody listening to do your digital business card on a QR code too. So you get in that phone,
yes,
right away. So that when people search their phone for notary, your name's going to pop up, right?
yes.
Laura, did you have a comment?
Oh, I just wanted to say, and of course, the fortunes in the follow-up. I know you met the attorneys, they were at this event, but you might want to be following up with them. I met you at this event, it was a great event, whatever it is you're going to say, but that's a way to keep that connection warm.
Good point, Laura. On Sunday night, I sent my emails out
Good.
to them. Yeah.
Great.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Thank you.
Love it. Thanks for sharing that, Cynthia. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Hi, Trudy. Tell us where you're calling from and what your question is for us.
Hi, I am calling from Maryland.
Hi.
Um, and I had two questions. They kind of, well, two questions. The first one is I am interested in kind of a niche in estate planning, dealing with the lawyers and setting those things up for the clients. And if I remember correctly, I think it was maybe one or two sessions ago, I remember someone mentioning that there is a course for like $129 for estate planning. Did I hear that correctly, or can someone clarify that?
You did hear that correctly, Trudy, and you
Okay.
happen to be on a call with two of its creators, myself and Laura Biewer.
Awesome. That's good. Okay, so I am interested in that. So if there's a link or something that I need to go to.
Absolutely. Jen Cooper is going to put that in the chat
Okay.
for you. It's called the Certified. This is a mouthful. You ready? The
Yes.
Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent program. And it is absolutely the most comprehensive training that you are going to find because,
Okay.
Trudy, we also teach you how to identify your ideal client so
Hmm.
you can target who you want to work with
Okay.
instead of leaving the doors open at anybody. We teach you how to drill down, find the folks you really want to work with, and then how to
Hmm.
really connect with them. We go through, the follow-up, all of those different things. So Laura, what am I missing? Do we want to add anything there?
No, just that if she goes there, you'll see, what's included in there.
Mhm.
And so we've got marketing and we've got what are the documents, what do they look like, how do you present them, the competency part of the notary work. And then we also have an ethics portion. We have a test at the end of it, a certification, make sure you know what you're doing. So all of that is part of that program.
And
So
Trudy,
there is a testing at, go ahead.
there is a
It's all
test at the
online.
end. It's all,
Okay.
yeah. It
And
is a
it's self-paced.
self-paced. Yes, ma'am. You can take as little or as long as you want. I think if you were just to sit down and do it all, you could definitely knock it out in a day. You could take the test as
Oh,
many times as you need um,
okay.
to take it because, we know some people, myself included, have test anxiety. So
Yeah.
you can take that as many times as you need to. And I want to remind everybody too, if you are considering getting into estate planning, first of all, this is the way to do it. But there is also a special add-on that is being given to you as the notary for your family, and that's the legacy vault that comes with it. For Trudy, for you to keep all of your important documents, your pictures, your videos, your special requests for your funeral, any passwords, bank accounts, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Military grade security, cloud security, and it comes to you through the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent program for free as a bonus for buying it.
Okay.
It's a
Awesome. Awesome.
$697 value.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good deal. So for your own peace of mind,
Okay.
to use that. So and then there's support calls that happen every month. And we've got new things that we're planning um, on the horizon as well. So it's an incredible program.
Okay. I know that there's a test and you get a certification at the end. Is there a badge as well that we can use in
Yeah.
our marketing?
Yes,
It's
Okay.
like we paid her to come on this
I
call.
know. Yeah, there
Yeah.
is a badge
Done a lot of research, a lot of studying.
and it's verifiable.
It is
Okay.
a verifiable blockchain badge that you receive. So the only people that, if for any reason you decide like, hey, I don't like this training program, even after you took the test, because we do offer you a 30-day money back guarantee. If it's
Okay.
not for you, let us know
Okay.
after 30 days of purchase. So anybody that does that, and I don't know that we've had many, if at all, people do that, but their badge is removed. So we keep it clean so that the attorneys who are searching for you know that you are verified as a
Okay.
specialist in estate planning.
Oh, awesome.
And there's a
Okay.
special directory for CNTDA people called Notary.com, and Bill does a lot of work with the attorney side to get them to use that directory when they're looking for notaries who are certified in estate planning documents.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Awesome. That is good.
I
I've
think
heard of that,
it's a pretty big,
Gotary.com.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
go
heard of
check it
that.
out. Go check it
Okay.
out
Thank you.
and come back and let us know what you think of it.
Awesome. Will
And I
do.
swear
And
this is not a paid sponsor or anybody.
I've just been doing a lot of research. And the second question, the last and second question is, you were talking earlier to someone about getting out there and with your marketing material and stuff. So okay, so if I wanted to do a goodie bag to when I go out, um can you give me some suggestions as to what to put in that goodie bag and like where to get like some discounts on them? Because just starting out, you don't have a whole lot of money. So
Sure.
um
You again, guys, I did not prompt her for this question. You're in the right place today, Trudy. So I actually have an entire 5-point marketing system that is available at marketingfornotaries.com. It's another self-paced learning program. It's a marketing framework. And step one is what I call a pop-in. And a pop-in is what you're calling a little goodie bag.
mhm,
And I tell you where to go, I tell you what to put in them, all those things. But to answer your question right now, this is the easiest time of year
Yeah.
to do any kind of pop-in marketing. And guys, I'm talking to all of you on the call. This is the easiest time of year between Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You can walk into a pop shelf, a dollar store, Five Below, any of those discount places and find things to give away for just $1, right? Or something that, is going to grab their attention that's built around the holidays. The thing that I have done for Thanksgiving I do it year after year. It has without a doubt been the most popular thing I've done for Halloween, Trudy, is those glow in the dark necklaces and bracelets and stuff that you get at the Dollar Tree, and they come like
mhm,
7 or 8 in a bag. And I put
mhm,
that and some candy in a little goodie bag that I also buy from the Dollar Tree or $1.25 tree.
mhm.
And they take the escrow officers, the business owners, the attorneys, they take it home for their kids. And they can either use the bag to collect candy because it's like a Halloween bag. They have like Frankenstein and stuff on them.
Mhm.
And they can use those glow in the dark things for safety while they're out with their kids. And
Right.
they love it. And it's literally $2 to put it back together.
To
So
put a bag together.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's not free, but it's darn near close to free, right? So
Right. Right. Which is what
that's
I'm looking for.
yes.
Okay.
But let
Okay.
me
Awesome.
let me touch on this because this is that's step one of the 5-point marketing system. And step two, Laura said this earlier, the fortune's in the follow-up. You have to follow up with the people that you meet while you're out. There is no point in stressing yourself out and going through all that anxiety about popping into new businesses and sweating and, oh my God, fretting over everything if you're not going to follow up with those people. So part of the 5-point system is I teach you how to get the contact information so you can then continue to follow up after popping in, as well as every month thereafter with valuable content. So you can stay top of mind with your prospects.
Okay.
Okay. You're also going to learn
Great.
about networking, which is a powerful way to get out in your community and start building your know, like, and trust factor. And you're going to learn about leveraging social media because that's also free. So that's what the 5-point marketing system consists of. There's information in the chat. If you're newer and you're looking for a solid marketing plan, it is there for you. Guys, it's only $24.99 a month. Laura, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I think you covered it.
Right? These are like softball questions today. I love it. They're talking our stuff here today, Laura. Jen, do you have a question for us or do you want to make a comment?
I want give you a prompt.
Okay.
A lot of people in the business who've been in this for a while, like I've been for almost 4 years now, I know that we have seasons as notaries. There's busy seasons, there's slow seasons, there's loud seasons, there's quiet seasons. And as we head into the holidays, it can lean a little more slow. What would you, as you're talking about marketing right now, what would be some of your guys' advice on how to fill the slow time so that it's feeding the busy time when it comes back?
Laura?
You want me to go first? This is marketing.
I know, but I've been talking for a minute.
Well, first of all,
You're the
tell
celebrity
you-
on the call, Laura. They want to hear from you.
I would tell you when it's slow time, it is busy for me because that's when I'm doing all the behind scenes stuff. Whether it's catching up on my bookkeeping, whether it's if you're creating pop-in bags, whatever it is that takes time to put together, is what I'm doing. I'm writing articles, emails. I might be visiting people. This is the time I have to do it. Right? Because once it's busy, I don't have time. I'm in the business just working. I'm not working on the business. So slow time for me is busy time to work on my business. That's when I might take seminars or classes because I have the time to sit and listen to them. So those are the kinds of things I do when it's slower.
Absolutely. Great advice. This is going to go into what we've been talking about, but Jen, I'm telling you, when you get out there and start networking and start popping in to meet different businesses or reacquaint yourself with businesses you might not have touched for a while, that is what I do when things are slower. This time of year, from right now until the 1st of January, guys, it is the easiest time of year to do it. If you're afraid to pop in, I get it. I know. I understand. What I know for sure after years of doing this time of year, people are more open and receptive to you walking into their office. And if you're walking in with a little treat, a little pop-in bag, don't do the donuts and the Starbucks gift cards, because that's what everybody's doing, right? You don't want to be the same. You want to stand out. And so part of the 5-point marketing system is going through all of these really unique ideas and ways that we can stand out as notaries in our community. I'll tell you, one of my favorite new ideas is from Melissa Battle, who is on this call. She just heard me say her name. Melissa, do you have your bottle of Dawn nearby?
Hold on, let me grab one. I was making up some more for the neighborhood.
Celicia's got hers. Let me see that bottle of Dawn, Celicia.
It says,
Celicia, did you do the Dawn or did you do Ajax?
I did the Dawn.
You've got to do Ajax for Ajax Notary for you
Yep.
two. That would be perfect.
For anybody in Jackson. Let me explain this. Like, why in the world? I see some of y'all going like, why in the world would she be giving away Dawn? Melissa, tell them why you pop in with a bottle of Dawn that you get from the dollar store. It's like the sample size, the smaller size.
Yep, it's the small size. So $1.25 at the 5-quarter store, we call it now, with some, gift wrapping. You can buy like 1,000 yards of this for like $1. And you should already have either some kind of little flyer or a business card, and you just attach it. And when you go in anywhere, it gives you an icebreaker because you're not fidgeting, you're not nervous because you have something in your hand. It has your information on it, and it has the corniest catchphrase that people will remember is, "It just dawned on me that you might need a notary." And they remember it. They remember that forever. I told Jen the first time I brought this up that I ran into someone in Walmart and I kept seeing this guy like looking at me around the store. And I was like, what is this creeper? Like everywhere I go, he's there. And then finally we got in line and he came in the line next to me and he's like, "It just dawned on me that you don't know who I am, do you?" And I'm like, no, should I? And he said, you came to my house like 7 years ago and you gave my wife and I a bottle, and you told us, it just dawned on me, you may need me to come back, because they had already booked me for an appointment, but I had these ready to go marketing. So I took one in to go meet them, because it was the first time that I had met them ever or notarized for them. And so I told them after I completed their documents, no, it just dawned on me that you may need a notary again. And I gave them that. So the
Yep.
husband says that he has taken that joke and he has worn it into the ground for all of these years. And he was like, literally, he's like, I just want you to know that my wife hates you. And I was like, excuse me? Like, who are you? And he tells me, remember, you came to our house in such and such a neighborhood and you notarized these documents. And he said, you gave us a bottle of Dawn with your business card. He's like, and ever since then, every time my wife gave me like a honeydew list or sent me a text and told me I needed to go do something, or I needed to pick the kids up or whatever, he would respond back to her and say, oh, it just dawned on me I'm your husband, or it just dawned on me I'm their dad. So I guess I have to do this. So he
Yeah.
took that and he has used it to drive his wife crazy at this point for
Well, let me
years
point
and
something
years
out
and years.
here.
But this was like 7 years
Yep.
later.
Yep.
I looked different. I mean, I had a different haircut, probably a different hair color,
Yep.
everything in Walmart where there's hundreds of people, and he knew who I was
And
because
let
of
me
that.
point this out, Melissa. I want to point this out because this is really important. This right now, what Melissa is demonstrating is the difference between marketing and sales, right? She is marketing her business in a clever way, right? She's being funny with it. She's creating a long-term memory from somebody. Sales, right, is something completely different when, you're pitching somebody and you're trying to get them to buy your product. But what Melissa's doing is just introducing her business with a catchy little bottle of dishwashing soap, of all things, that cost her 5 quarters, and a business card. And she made an impression that lasted 7 years. Who doesn't want, I mean, yes, sign me up all day long. Sign me up for that.
And the easiest part is you can take this anywhere, because
Mhm.
anybody is going to use this. Like if you take candy or the donuts or whatever to people that you've never met before, they might be creeped out by that and they're going to throw it away. So you've wasted your money and made it awkward for everyone, right? But something like this, everybody can use this. If you take it to an office, they're going to put it in their little kitchenette. If you take it to a nursing home facility, to ALFs, they're going to use this. If you take it to your new neighbor who moved in across the street to introduce yourself and welcome them to the neighborhood, they're going to use this. Like, it can be universal. You can take it anywhere. It's not like specific to one type of place.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like to take these also to like body shops.
Mhm.
Because guess what? Those guys are going to throw this on the sink and they're going to wash their hands with it when they're getting ready to take their lunch break after working on cars. Who goes to body shops? People who were in car accidents. They need affidavits about the insurance, about settlements for their car settlement, or authorizations to get their repairs, or tow yard releases. All of those things are at a body shop. Those guys are going to use this and they're going to remember, oh yeah, that's that notary with the soap. That's what they call me when I go by there. They're like, hey, that's the notary with the soap. That's what they tell me when
I
I
love
stop
it.
by. I
It's
don't
such a
care what
great
they call me
idea.
as long as they call me.
It's such a
So,
great idea, Melissa, and we are so appreciative of you creating such a great example of marketing versus sales, but also what she's doing here is collaboration over competition, because we know, Melissa, that so many notaries come into this space. We've talked to a few newer ones today. They come into this notary world and they feel like every other notary out there is their competition, which is kind of lower level thinking. And what you've done, Melissa, just by sharing this with this audience of 130 people, of 130 other notaries is, you know, you're sharing your idea, you're collaborating with them on a much higher level. And I know, I can tell, like, because several of you that have your cameras on were kind of smiling and nodding, like, that's a really good idea. Pick it up, run with it, do it. Go
Do it and
go
let
to the
us know
dollar
how it
store.
works. I
Yeah.
promise you people will remember it. And
Yeah.
don't ever feel like you have to compete with anyone, even if they're in your same market, if they're on the same street as you. Your client and their client may not be the same person. You are only
Exactly right.
competing with yourself. And if you're not starting, if you're not getting yourself out there, you're losing to yourself. And that's the only competition you should be worried about.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Thank you for perfectly demonstrating those two very important concepts. I appreciate it, and sharing your idea, because I tell you what, that is one of the best ones I have ever heard. And I hear a lot of poppin' ideas. That's one of my favorites.
Thank you, Notary Cousins. I want to see everybody next time. Let me know what you've done with it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's bring those back. Let's hear how that Dawn liquid went. The soap lady. You guys can all now be the soap lady or the soap guy, right, in your town. Because it might dawn on your potential customers that they need a notary someday. Um, Laura, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think it was thoroughly discussed.
Thank you. I know that we are coming up toward the end of our call, so I want to encourage you, if you have another question, to please raise your hand. And while we're waiting for that, Laura and I have decided to implement something new when things got quiet on the call.
If I may.
Hi, Michael.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening. Michael Kyra from the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I just wanted to see her dawn, and I wanted to raise her a piece of paper that's been laminated. You give somebody a card, it disappears into oblivion. You give them an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and it could be on the desk somewhere. I can't tell you how many times when I've presented, I have my bio on one side and all the services I present on the other one. And when I give somebody a laminated piece of paper, they're like, can I keep this? Is this for me? So anyways, a laminator is like a whopping $60
Yeah.
at Home Depot. And, you can buy many laminates and you can get them in business cards. Anyway, that's all I've got to say.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
Michael, for
Go
sharing.
forth and conquer the world.
Thank you for sharing. That's a great idea as well. We'll have to do a pop-in call one of these days, Laura, like we did last week with Jim Allen's Google Business Profile call. But Jared's got a question for us. Jared, what do you got? Oh, where did Jared go? There he is. You are on mute. There.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, very good. Is there a possible way to request like either access, I guess, to the call? Like, I guess I get an email, I think about like 30 minutes before the event. Is it the same link every time, or
Yeah,
I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to like just automate the process so that I don't have to think about it. I'd like to be able to just either synchronize my calendar with your calendar or have some way where I have the same information pop up, or is there a way I could, automate it, the email or have a notification sent to my assistant so they could add it to the calendar so that I'm not scrambling at the last minute, like trying to jump on the call and trying to find email. And
so I will tell you, Jared, the Zoom link does change.
Okay.
Every so often, but the replays are always on the Notary Coach YouTube channel, and that has been posted in the chat for you, so you can subscribe to that. But
okay.
Paul, I think moving it from 12 noon to 12:15 was the first change we've had since the beginning of TNT, right, Laura?
Yeah, that's the only change we've really had.
And we're not going to change that back. So we're always going to start at 12:15 Pacific, run for an hour. So you can make sure, right now you can put it on your calendar with this link. But like I said, it changes quarterly to keep it, well, just for a bunch of different behind the scenes reasons. But yes, it does change quarterly. But like I said, you can access it through YouTube.
Okay, that's good to know. I wasn't aware that everything's being recorded and that there was an archive. So that's good to know. And so basically the link is emailed out roughly, I don't know, half hour to an hour.
1 hour before the call starts.
Okay.
You will get that link.
Okay.
And then I believe Trisha, can you just say yes or no? I think we get a TNT is starting right now email as well, don't we?
Correct.
I think we
Thank
get
you,
2
Trisha.
reminders.
Yes, so you'll get one an hour before and then one right as the call is starting.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, and to the best of your knowledge, there's no, I don't know what it's called. Like some companies will have like a way where you can synchronize your calendar with their calendar. So as yours updates in real time. Is there a way to do that or no?
Not for this particular call, Jared. Not for this call. I love that idea.
Makes it easy.
Who knows where we'll go with that? Laura and I love a good idea.
Yeah. Feel free to.
From
Yeah, you never know. But at this time, no, that's not something we have available. But thank you for that question.
Absolutely. No, feel free to permanently borrow the idea. I love it.
I appreciate it. We might just do that, Jared.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And Patty in California has a question for us. Hey, Patty.
Well, I was gonna make a comment to what he said, what Jerry said. Maybe he could put like a reminder on his phone, like in a little alarm.
Sure, there you go.
Yeah.
That way you won't miss us every week, Jared.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you, Patty. I appreciate your feedback on that.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
so much. One of the things that Laura and I do on a different call is share our wins for the week. And we have found it to be inspiring and joy-inducing. And I think it's a great way to wrap up today's call in the 8 minutes we have left. So let me explain how this works. You share a win, and I've got a few people that are going to give some examples here. It could be something personal. It could be something about your business. Maybe you met a new client. Maybe you went to your first networking event. Maybe you did your first round of pop-ins. Maybe, did I say you got a new client? Anything that could happen in your business. Maybe you finally got all those accounting receipts entered into your accounting system, and that's a big win for you. Whatever it is, we want to share the wins with all of you guys today. So, Laura, did you think of an example of a win?
Not really.
Not
My
really
whole
yet.
life is a win. My whole life is a win, guys. Everything I do, everywhere I go, everybody I meet, it's all a big win.
She's a Wiz Khalifa song walking around California there. Just all she does is win, right? I love it.
It was win, 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 win.
Let me give you an example for a win. Last week, I made an accountability declaration that I was going to walk 150 minutes during the week that runs Tuesday to Tuesday that week. And I accomplished that. I walked 150 minutes last week. And I'm getting in the groove of doing that every week. And it's a win for me because last week was particularly challenging for me for many different reasons. So for me to be able to stick with that was huge, because sometimes when things get too big and overwhelming, just like you, I kind of dial it back and just want to hide, and not do the things I know I need to do to keep my brain fresh. But so walking 150 minutes a week was my win for last week. Jen Cooper, what is your win for the week? Your good news?
Journaled every single day last week, which I've never done a consistent week of journaling in my life. I have thousands of journals I've half started every single day.
I got those
last week.
Yeah.
I'm proud of
it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Who else has a win that they want to share with the group? Did I see some? Y'all put your hands up and let's say them out loud.
Yeah, it looks like Cynthia had one.
Do you have one? Where is Cynthia?
I think I accidentally clicked clap. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine, girl. Tell us about your win. I want to hear about this.
So I got a phone call from a lady that lived in Missouri, and she was saying that her dad, excuse me, her dad was in the hospital or whatever, and that she had some documents that she had drawn up. Her and her sisters had drawn up by an attorney, and they referred her to me. And so, I was asking questions, making sure, does he understand what he's signing? You know, just trying to get all of that determined and all of that. And so I told her how much it would be and all that. And she was like, I don't care how much it is. I just need, you know, someone to come take care of it. So I did the travel fee and all that, and she, you know, I could have went higher, but I didn't. But it was a pretty hefty fee. There was about 6 documents in there that the attorney had drawn up and everything. And I asked her where she, you know, who referred her, and she told me, and I drew a blank. I'm like, and I was just thinking, I said, okay. And then she said, yeah, you probably get referrals from them all the time. And I was just like, yeah, you know, but I was thinking, who is that? But then she told me who owned the business. I was like, okay. I said, okay. I said, yes. And so we talked a little bit more, and I went and did the transaction and all of that. And I was excited because she's like right around the corner from me. I had to go to the hospital in Fort Worth. It was about 20 minutes. It was in traffic. They were very grateful. He was coherent. Everything was good. And so I got a good little chunk of change out of there.
Nice. That's a great win. Congratulations, Cynthia. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for sharing that. I love hearing when you guys have a great business win. It's so very inspiring to me. I don't see any other hands up to share a win. If you still want to share a win, please feel free to raise your hand in the last few minutes. But I want to ask you guys a question before we go too. And Patty, we will get to your win. You will be our last win before we wrap up the call. And Cynthia, if you're quick, but I want to ask you, I need you guys to drop me a 1 in the chat if you liked last week's format with Jim Allen on, coming in, doing a little bit of education at the front. He did a 25-minute program, answered all your questions. Do you guys like that? If so, let me know, and Laura know. Give us that feedback by dropping a 1 in the chat. And Patty, share with us your win for the week. And thank you guys for the feedback.
Well, this is something very basic, but I finally did it because usually I have like the Chamber of Commerce and the Better Business Bureau QR code, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working on my website, refreshing it, and my website person tells me, do not do that. Do it through Google. So I thought, oh my goodness, how do I do that? Finally created it. This week, I finally have it. So I put it on the back of my business cards, or I post it on the wall in my office, and I tell them, if you have a moment, would you be so kind as providing me with a review?
Mm-hmm.
And they point their phone right at it and do it right then and there.
Nice. Love it. Great idea, Patty. And that is a good win.
Works.
To get those referrals. I love
Yes.
it. Those are so important nowadays. So good job. That's awesome. Cynthia, what's your win for the week?
So I'm trying to get ahead of the tax season here, and I've entered all my information in Notary Assist.
Nice.
I was not doing that as I went. Lesson learned.
You learned a lesson, didn't you?
I sure did. So I'm all caught up until this point. So yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it's done now. So
Awesome. Well, congratulations. And that is a huge win. That is a huge, huge win. Thanks, Cynthia. And our last one today is going to be Jared. Jared, what's your win for the week?
So my win for the week is that I just received my journal and my commission stamp. So my application was approved. So
Congratulations. Yay.
yay! So officially a notary. So
Oh, what state are you in?
Arizona.
Well, congratulations. I love it. Welcome to this awesome, awesome business.
Thank
Guys,
you.
today has been another fabulous TNT call, and I'm going to let the one and only Laura Biewer close us out today.
I hope you guys have a really productive day and week, and that you will join us back again, same bat time, same bat channel.
Awesome, guys. See you next Tuesday. Bye.